Next up, India and UK have restarted talks to seal the long-awaited free trade agreement. Former Prime Minister Boris Johnson had earlier assured that both countries will be able to finalise the agreement by Diwali. So what has been the reason for this delay and what are the hurdles that both nations need to overcome? CNBC-TV18 Sanjay Suri brings us a report on what's holding back the FTA.
For Britain, this is above all about Scotch whisky. It wants higher quotas and reduced tariffs. India is the world's biggest market for whisky and the second biggest for Scotch whisky. It imported 136 million bottles of Scotch last year. Not enough for the Scots. The government in Britain has been pressing long and hard over this issue and, as it turns out, successfully, at least in the earlier draft agreement. India is believed to have accepted British demands for reduced tariffs and higher quotas on Scotch whisky. For India, the prime demand is over migration. It wants greater ease for its students and professionals to move into Britain and to work and live here. A negotiating position that some are finding inexplicable, that India should offer to open up its markets to more and cheaper Scotch whisky and other British goods, and in return, Britain should take more and more of its best and brightest. Britain is resisting this Indian move. It is asking for a quid pro quo here, that it will accept this demand on condition that India takes back more and more undocumented Indian migrants settled in Britain.
Let me just say that both sides are working sincerely on the FTA. The issue also came up, as you are aware, during the phone conversation between Prime Minister and the new UK Prime Minister.
And now fresh worry has arisen over the issue of generic drugs. A leaked draft of the earlier agreement in the FTA on this aspect of the deal shows that Britain is pushing for continuing patents for its pharma firms for a number of drugs. India, on the other hand, is the world's largest producer of generic drugs, and millions of poor people around the world live on this. It's a lifeline for them. Medicines Sans Frontier has warned that any limitation on this production could be devastating for the health of millions around the world.
When India is considering the proposals that the UK has put on the table, which seeks to expand more monopolies in India, what we are going to see is a more restrictive supply, not only for patients in India, but globally. And this is why the UK-India FTA is really a dangerous proposal that needs to be rejected outright by India.